Ask about that beer too. But hey, welcome back to the Off the Clock Show. Joined again with your host Sean Gervais from OrbisX CRM, as well as Marshall Hill from the Pints and Polishing Podcast and Hyperclean Car Care Products. How you doing, man?
Good, man. I enjoyed my week off. Thank you.
Good. Nice, man. Absolutely. Sometimes it's important, you know. It's a song's internet, but
No, I hated to miss it.
yeah. Are you guys with Starlink, by the way, or no?
No, is that the Elon one?
Yeah.
No, great old Cox.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
Oh, it was wonderful. They didn't know what was going on, and they wanted me to restart stuff, and then they suddenly go, "Oh wait, we see other people in your area have been voicing issues."
Great. And it's like, could you have checked that first, please?
They went through this whole thing.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
All right, appreciate it, there, lady.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whatever.
You must have like an outage map thing online, or no? Well, I guess if you can't access online, fuck, you can't access it no matter what. But because us usually, if there's an outage, we check on our phones and see like I don't know if the zone is out or whatever. You put in your address and it'll say you're out. There's also a Twitter feed, well now X, and people they just blast the company. But it's always funny to see that too, where people are like, "This is crazy. I've been without the internet for over an hour. My kids are going nuts," and I'm like, "Holy shit, man! 1 hour?" It's like, whew, jeez. You got to think though, And I always wonder with people sometimes, like, what's your cutoff? Like, at what point do you start pulling your hair out? Like, the internet's out for an hour. It's out for 4 hours. Maybe it's out for a day, and you're like, no big deal. We'll be back tomorrow. Some people, that's the end of the world, and other people, like what's the cutoff? Some people maybe it's like, it could be out all week. I don't really care. It's a week. Week could be a stretch for sure.
Week could be a stretch, yeah. I mean, half a day, I'm getting itchy.
Yeah.
Like, well, just because there's so much going right. If we weren't an online-based company, it would be different.
Yeah,
I could just call somebody, right? Like, I could still do. But if I don't have internet and we're an online retailer,
it's kind of like, yeah,
kind of need to be connected to those internets.
Yeah, those internets. It's the same thing for me. Like being online, it's crucial. But if I was maybe a landscaper or something, I'd be like, yeah, it'd probably still bother me.
We had that discussion sort of around this topic, just different. But I mean, even as a detailer, should a detailer be so enamored in social media, and should they? I don't. There's a lot of business on social media. There is. Are people doing business on social media? I don't know. I mean, you could look at my track record. Well, I don't run our social media anymore. So the amount that I'm on social, I bet you I'm 75% down what I used to be. I mean, I'll go and check some stuff like my group, and there's certain things I like to check, but overall, I'm just not really on it that much. Remember, didn't we have that discussion about, is it worth it for detail? This was a couple months ago, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a good discussion. It was a good
100%.
discussion.
Yeah, and it's something I'm actually revisiting at our shop right now because aside from ads still,
Need to
we do keep something running. Yeah. But in terms of our activity, we had this whole plan. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I don't know. I've rarely seen it translate into actual sales of sorts. Like, don't get me wrong. We've received business from, social posts or things like that. But in comparison to what we can do, just like when we do a community event, for example, the response from the people there is just so much more. If we're in a room full of people talking to them, if we help out this organization, Shelter Movers, every year, and there's a big auction type thing, and when we go there and we get to meet people and talk to them, and we have a little canopy thing going, I don't know. Like, it's just, I feel it's far more effective, and also the caliber of clients that we get from those events. I would rather take 20 clients from there than 80 clients from online most days of the week, because I find the ones online, not saying they're all like this, but the majority, less loyal customers, I would say. They kind of price shop, easily swayed by a deal somewhere. It is what it is.
Should a detailer, I think they should show videos. I think they should show them every once in a while. But should they put a full display and everything? I don't know if they should. I think they should have some presence. They did. Yeah. Should at least take a picture, a couple pictures. I think car stuff would be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if detailers would do much better instead of just always talking about themselves, and their work and the car that they're working on. They developed something else where people tuned in that liked cars but weren't just necessarily, right? Not just looking at you, the detailer, so you can show and glow. Like, I know we love it. I know we love it. But how much are we missing, right? There's so much that we're putting out on social as in a sense, industry. But how much of it is actually talking to somebody that might be interested, I think that would be a good. I know you're going to get into some clarity, right? Like, I wonder if some clarity should happen with detailers just going and looking at their page and going, what am I really showing here? What am I showing my work? Because I get it. Your skills are great, and you do need to show that you're capable. You do, right? I mean, you need to show the cool cars. You need to show you're capable to do some stuff. I wonder how much time is being spent by those guys when other simple stuff could be done, right? Vice versa. The people who don't do anything on social or do the exact same photo, right? We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
But so there's no presence really. It's more of just like another yard sign as you're driving down the road.
Yeah.
You don't really see it. You don't really pay attention to it if you're scrolling. What would get somebody to stop
And say,
and
whoa.
have you pay attention?
Yeah.
And how much time would that take you to produce? And should you then be spending your time, like you're saying, doing something else that might bear more fruit, right? Like might turn that money over faster.
100%. Yeah, I agree. And that's what we're doing now is taking a look at everything. Cause,
I this weekend was at the Tulsa State Fair.
ooh, all right. And?
I made sure that we went inside so I could go look at the booths on the way out. And they kept going, are we leaving yet? And I'm like, yeah, the exit's right there. You see that? And they're like, well, why do we keep walking up and down here? And I'm like, listen, you got to go do all your fun stuff.
Now it's my turn.
I ate my corn dog and I ate my, I got the hamburger that is cheeseburger with bacon made. The buns aren't buns. The buns are very nice, fluffy donuts.
Oh, damn. That's,
Interesting, yeah?
Yeah, that's different.
It needed more meat. And it would have done it. Like, it's the sweet going into the salty. It's a great combination. It really is. They just needed a bigger patty, right? I'm the guy that needed more meat. I just is what it is. I usually get a double if I go somewhere. Like, I like my meat. If I'm gonna have a hamburger, I need a patty on there.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. Yeah. That's interesting though. And so
It was good.
full on condiments, everything like normal, or just
Yeah. I'll send you a picture. Yeah. I'll send you a picture.
Perfect. I'm
You
curious.
should try and make it. It's really good.
I
really
was just
should.
thinking that actually. I was like, that's very interesting because recently, so I love cooking. Love cooking. It's a way for me to just turn off my brain, end of the day, go make some food, be creative in the kitchen, eat healthy, all that good stuff. Or sometimes not healthy. Sometimes you cook up some, it is what it is. But it's homemade, tastes great. So my brother-in-law's been bugging me. He said, you got to try HelloFresh. You got to try HelloFresh. And I was like, yeah, but I go to the grocery store often. Like, what am I doing here? I'm not really saving time per se because I'm still cooking. He said, no, it's not about that. It's the recipes. I was like, come on, man. Like, there's recipes a million places online and stuff like that. He said, just trust me, just try it. So he was just hounding me for a long time. And anyway, I didn't try HelloFresh at first, but there was another one called Good Food. And I was like, they sent something in the mail. And I kept getting this stuff in the mail repeatedly. And finally, they wore me down. And I said, okay, between my brother-in-law and them sending me mail outs, they finally wore me down. Now, the interesting thing is, I only got maybe 2 or 3 mail outs from Good Food over the last 6 months. But HelloFresh was sending them to me weekly, just sending me stuff. But I eventually bid on Good Food just because that particular week was the final straw. And I said, okay. And so I bit the bullet, got Good Food. Now, I got the first box and it came with like 4 meals or something. I then for the next week said, well, let me also try HelloFresh just to compare things. But the cool thing was the recipes were just different. There were things like food I've eaten before. Like, for example, one of them was a burger. So you mentioned burger. But it was a burger with chicken thighs, I was like, I've never had a chicken thigh burger before. So I was like, I've had a chicken burger, but not the thighs. So I was like, okay. But it was more what they had with it. So they gave you this little kit to make this kind of like coleslaw, and it had apples in it. I was like, apples on a burger. It's like, interesting, you know? But with the vinaigrette and everything, I'm telling you, this was one of the best burgers I have had in a long time. It was hands down phenomenal. Whole family loved them. I was like, man, this is amazing. So next day, we were all
Probably
excited.
a little healthier than my
Yeah. It was a little healthier than the donut burger, but it was. Well, I mean, the sauce they had though, it had maple syrup in it. Very Canadian.
Of
But,
course.
yeah, of course, right? You
Wouldn't
have
have done
to.
it without. Like,
Couldn't have done it without.
they're
Exactly. You know,
smart people.
had to. Yeah. And good
Literally,
food.
they included some maple syrup for you. Really?
Yeah. They had a little thing. It's a Canadian company, so what do you expect? Yeah, absolutely. So I'll take a picture of the recipe, share it in the group. And it has the little thing there. It says, empty the maple syrup in, da da da. So it was honestly delicious. The next day, same thing.
I didn't have that maple syrup. You know what? Everybody, we all know what Sean would have been saying. It was okay, It was all right.
okay. Like a 6.
I sure wish they would have put some maple syrup on it.
Yeah. It would have really elevated things, to the next level.
It was okay. So we went to the cabin and we got our own maple syrup and we put it.
Yeah. But you know what the most interesting thing for me
Are you like
was?
Elf?
Do I like Elf?
No, are you like Elf?
Oh,
Remember?
like Elf.
Right? He's got, like, for breakfast, he's got everything and all
Oh, shit, yeah.
that maple syrup all over it.
And I absolutely am. Oh, my God. Yeah, and I'm telling you, it makes everything better. Even in Wedding Crashers, Vince Vaughn, he was like, I put maple syrup on everything. He's like, it just makes it better. Like
Good one. I didn't remember that. Nice.
Yeah. See, maple syrup, we're everywhere,
Nicely
man.
done.
Yeah. There is salud. There we go. But the interesting thing though, so new recipes, very interesting stuff. But I started taking a look at some of their marketing stuff because when something converts me into a customer offline, like online, in my opinion, is a little bit easier when there's a video, you can showcase the product or the service or whatever it is. Digital has a lot more capabilities in terms of things you can showcase to a customer, landing pages. I can make an impulse decision right then and there. But when something converts me from offline, from like a postcard or a newspaper ad or whatever it is, that to me is really intriguing because it's like they had some really good marketing if they were able to. I saw something offline and then I went. Now the big thing for them was just their drip feed. Just the fact that they were just relentless about boom, 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 boom. You gotta do this. But I mean, the same's true for a lot of the stuff in our industry as well, like car care. Like I mean, someone's gonna own that car for a long period of time, and if they get rid of that car, they're not just giving up on transportation. So there's still going to be, there's a lot of other industries I think that are a lot more difficult to market. Depending on what it is, could be anything, But take a gym for example. You might have someone that's really into health and fitness in one moment, and then the next moment they're like, you know what, fuck it, like, I'm gonna be a local fatty, and that's okay. It's things change, but people lose their motivation a lot. For the gym, for example, in comparison to they gotta drive, so they always gotta be in their car. So I started looking at things, and I've been having a lot of moments of clarity lately, which has been really nice. And I've been taking a look because we're doing business development, both on the onboarding side of OrbisX, but also I've been revamping the website.
Oh, you're moving on. Hold on. I'm not done with the fair.
Oh, no
And
worries.
I was letting you talk,
Okay.
but now you keep moving on. I'm like, hold on, just a second.
I was circling back, but that's okay. Tell me the rest about the fair.
Yeah. So, because I wanted to say this because I know so many people go, which we'll get into, right? We're going to get into what people are starting to really talk about. Hey, it's slow. Hey, I need to go find, right? Okay, now some are now thinking they need to market. First of all, before I get into the fair and before I get too far, I've got to, did I send you I did. I sent you the guy that has started to use our discussion points. Justin, he's out of Colorado. Thanks for listening, Justin. Justin was like, listen, man, we listen around here, right? This was the guy that has the...
Yeah, you said
right?
that. Yep.
He had, we started putting, come on, stupid phone. We started putting it down the road from us, and yesterday had 4 cars stop and ask.
Amazing. Amazing. Look at that.
4 people, face-to-face contact.
Yeah.
You weren't doing anything other than listening to a couple guys and having some suggestions.
Yeah.
Maybe we know a couple things. Maybe it's possible.
Yeah.
Or we just drink enough. I'm not sure. One of the two. But thanks, Justin. Thanks for sending that, because so many people want to know how do I get somebody? How do I get a customer? And I made my stepson and his friend and my wife keep walking up and down the aisle, because I had in my mind walked into that building with an idea of buying something. Mm-hmm. I just knew.
You weren't sure what.
I just had this feeling, right? Like we're going in there. I want to look around, right? Like it's the fair.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of. You can imagine in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the amount of randomness that shows up. First of all, people watching is number one. Number two is the amount of random stuff that you find. Of course, the ShamWows are there, right? All this magic in a bottle is there. Of course, you got to have those people. Mm-hmm. That's part of the fair. But then what else are you going to buy? So I was excited to go in.
100%.
Okay? So, of course, the kids start like, oh, what's it? You're right. Something catches their eye, and they start running over here, If you're going to go to a car show, if you're going to go to an expo, if you're going to go to anything where there's a large amount of people and you're going to be right next to other people and you're trying to sell your product, that's the ultimate reason why I would love to go to those places.
100%.
That's what I kept talking to her. Look at this guy. Look what they're doing, right? See their booth. Look how they set this up. How do people interrupt you, right?
Yeah.
I got the, hey, you want a pin?
Yeah. Oh.
I like it. And I told my stepson, I go, you see that? Right? Then I flew. Right? It was good. So, hey, man, free pin.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a bit old school from the 70s, but it does work.
But it works.
It does work. People would have stuff out, or, with their table alignment and who's there. I still tell you, if you're somebody that goes to an expo, I do not care if you're bored. Do not be the people at their booth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're supposed to be the one that interrupts them. Like, you know who's great at it? People that work at kiosks. In the mall. Like, those guys, because they got to hustle. They can't just wait for someone to just walk by. And then, like, around Christmas time, those, like, pop-up booths that they're not the ones that are there all year round, but and they got to have some sort of gimmick or some sort of thing to get you to talk to them. It's and you got to be like that at the expo.
You got to have something. That's my point. I'm not going to tell you the answer. There's a million answers. Yeah. You can just walk through things like that and look around and go, who really put their thought into it? Who's got something popping, right? Because if they're happy and they're excited at their booth and they're up and about, like, yeah. But if you're the guys that are just sitting there on your phone, which I 30%, easy 30%, easy,
and they're the ones that'll do it and then say, that kind of stuff doesn't work. It's like, is it the location? Is it the atmosphere? Is it the customers? Or is it you?
You feel that people have too much stuff to give away. There's a guy that was selling, colognes and perfumes. Well, he was going to be the one that had to put it on everybody's thing. And he's just like, oh, man, I fell for that guy. Like they wanted me to. I was like, I do not associate me with these people right now. Like that guy, how much time? What did he do?
Jesus.
Like everybody walking by. Oh, you want to sniff that? Here, let me spray it. Like,
it's gonna go home with carpal tunnel syndrome from squeezing the thing the whole time.
Yeah. But, anyway, that was my fair adventure. That's ultimately what I didn't buy anything. Nobody really wanted. The only guys that talked to me was that really tried to do something was the pin guy. Otherwise, it was more, just standing around. Like, okay, cool.
Jesus. Okay. Well, and that's the thing. Most people go outside not trying to necessarily keep all their money in their pockets. Like, everybody gets that urge, especially when it's an event like that.
Sure, yeah.
You just walk
I
in,
was
you're like,
ready. I
I'm here
knew
to
I
see
would buy
event.
something, right? You're
Like,
gonna get suckered into something.
so it's like, as long as it's interesting and the approach is like, we all know a good like sales process. We've all been there. We've all got like, I don't want to say like suckered into it, but someone sells us. That's what it is. Someone sells us, and we enjoy the process. And we're like, great, and you buy whatever it is, and that's. Yeah, it happened to me when it's kind of a boring story, but I was walking in to buy a book, went into Indigo with my daughter. I'm going in. On my way in, this guy's out front, and because every week, stop for a second, it gets interesting. Every week they have a local artist who's written a book, and they're allowed to go there, and then they kind of, try and draw people in. For the bookstore, it's great because that's their way of not paying somebody, giving them the quote-unquote opportunity. Just hear me out, Marshall. He's falling asleep. Take another shot. But so he.
You said it was boring, so you already told me that.
That's true. That's true. And it was usually when I walk past there, it's just that exact same thing. There's a local artist, and they're just kind of standing there behind their book thing. And what are they hoping? Someone's just gonna get. Oh wow! I'm enamored by this author I've never heard of, never seen before, and they're gonna walk up and ask you questions about your book. But this guy that was there, I'm walking by, and he's like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey, what's up?" That caught me first off guard. So it was just, "Hey," and I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "There was a murder." I'm like, "What the fuck? What are you talking about?" He's like, "There was a murder," and then he starts reciting the first chapter of his book, and he's like, "It was this, da da da." It drew me in. I was like, "Do you write murder mysteries?" He's like, "Hell yeah, I do. The best." And I was like, "Sounds good, man." I was like, "You know what? Let me buy one of those." And I bought one. I said, "But you got to sign it." So he's like, "Done deal." So he signed it. He was telling me about his history and stuff like that as an author. I was like, "Man, that was interesting." But the way he just drew me in, I was like, "Well done." And then, and I have another one too, but it's a little more exciting. I was at a sex show with my wife. Hear me out. So they have a sex show that comes every year. And
We should have started the whole episode that way. Like, some people would have been like, "I'm out." Some people are like,
I'm out.
"Turn that off." I'm like,
Yeah, turn it up. Yeah, so we go to the sex show. It's huge. People from all over the world, vendors, all kind of stuff. They have performances, things, stuff like that. It was my first time going.
have performances.
Yes. So it's kind of like a Cirque du Soleil type thing.
Oh, not like nude sex. I thought like, here, let me show you how to use this condom.
You know what?
Here, let me show you how to use this vibrating bead. Like,
some of that did happen, actually. It did. There was a section that was like, the whole place was obviously adults only, but there was like a adults only. It was, I don't even know how to describe that. It was like, it was a level up. But anyway, when we walked past there, I just remember there was a girl in a cage and she grabbed my leg and I was like, "Babe, I don't know, some lady just grabbed it." Anyway, it was a whole thing. There was a lady that was strapped to something that looked like part of a horse and she was getting spanked. Like, it got wild in there. So that's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. So I left that room, but
strapped to something like a horse.
yeah, it was like, I don't know, man. It was just stuff going on in there. But so anyway, they were selling like whips and stuff like that. So I got out of there. But when we were circling around all the vendors and stuff, man, there was people. It wasn't all just like sex related. There were people selling bed sheets. There were people selling, like you name it. There was even people selling jewelry, all kinds of stuff. Because the people that go there, they go there just for an adult night out and maybe some like risky type stuff. Oh, buy some handcuffs, whatever. But also they're homeowners, they're car owners, they're just consumers like everybody else. Mm-hmm. The one thing is, most of the times when they go there though, they're in a headspace. I always thought about it. I was like, man, we should sell like ceramic coatings there or something, like protect that back seat, like who knows, man? There's so much you could do. But like when we went there, we didn't know what we were going to buy. It was the same kind of feeling you had when you went into the fair. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to buy here. I've never been to one of these. So by the time we left, we did buy new bed sheets. That's how I knew they had the bed sheet guy there. So we bought new bed sheets, super, super soft. Still have them to this day, amazing. But we also bought this, I don't know what you call it, but it's not a back brace, but something you put on your back, and it has these electrical things. Just slow down. It's for to help your muscles like contract. It's almost like a massage, right? And at the time, my wife, she had a back problem, so I said, this might work. But how that guy got us to come over to his booth was the interesting part. He said, "Hey, you tired of your husband throwing your back out?" I turned, I was like, excuse me? And then he said
Nicely
no.
done.
And then he was holding up the box like this. He said, come try it out. So we went over, we were like, man, that was good. But I thought like someone was about to get like punched in the head or something here. But anyway, we went over, tried it out. We bought 2 of them. They actually work amazingly too. But yeah, so, but it was just an interesting, way that they were trying to capture people's attention because they're fighting amongst they're trying to stand out in the crowd. They got a million other vendors there. Everyone fighting for the same dollar. So they got to find a way.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's what I told them. I said, they were like, why do you? I was like, it's commerce. It's like, I love it. I love the exchange. I love the marketing. I love the fight. Like I love it. Like it's great.
Yeah.
That's why I love being here. Like it's wonderful.
Yeah.
But there's so many people. You're right. Like they want to grow their business. They want to go do events, but then they get to an event and they just sit there.
Yeah.
Or they just put stuff out on a table. I mean, people send in photos. We tell them, great, man, great job. You look like, well, what are you doing to get people in? Like, well, how many people just walk by? Just walk by. Just walk by. Just walk by. Just walk by.
It's all just missed opportunities.
Walk by. Like,
yeah.
It's the same as if you're on social media and you have just either too generic, the same stuff, or you have too, like, just scrolling by. Scrolling by.
The only difference is it's a lot easier in that case. And I feel like a lot of social media advertising and even just organic posts, I feel like laziness and the ease of posting on there has made people just kind of give up on marketing. Like they're still doing it, like what they think they're doing it, but they've given up. Like they're not putting any effort.
Making a post, is that considered marketing, Sean?
No, that's the thing is I think what's happened with the root of it, I think there's advertising and there's marketing. And I think people have for a long time now kind of just put those 2 words together and they think it means the same thing. And it doesn't. They're very different things. You can purchase an advertisement, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's marketing, if that makes sense. So I think the fact that it's so easy and the fact that you don't see the competition right there in your face, like when you go to a fair or you go to a conference or you go to wherever you end up going in person, for example, you actually see the people you're competing with in real time right there. When you're online, you're just behind your keyboard. It's just you and whatever platform you're posting on, and you just post it and you're like, well, that's done. Sigh of relief. And then when nothing happens, you're like, man, I don't know. Like, is anyone else slow? It must be the market. It must be this and that. It's like, no, you didn't do anything. You literally didn't do anything. And so you have to get into that commerce mentality. I like that you brought up the word commerce because that's you have to start speaking the language that your customers are like. Tell the story they're looking for, not the story you want to tell. Don't. I see it all the time. The guy will be like, "Oh, well, I'm really active on Facebook. I don't even need a website." And I'm like, "Okay." So I check out his Facebook, and it's just like a whole month, every 2-3 days, just him and another car that he detailed. That's it. Zero story, zero context. Tells me absolutely nothing about the business. And so I'm like, okay, like, are you selling cars? Like, why? There's just picture after picture after picture of cars. There's no context, no nothing. It's crazy. And then you'll say things like, another happy ceramic coating customer. Okay, why did they want ceramic coating? What are the benefits? Think if I'm a customer, who are you posting this for? You posting this for another detailer to see? Or is it being posted for your customer to see? Because your customer doesn't know what the point of that is, what it means, what the context is, why that would even matter to them. It just makes no sense to me. And I feel like the lack of effort. Marshall, half these guys don't even, when they take pictures of vehicles, they don't even have their sign in the picture.
So you said you were talking, it just made me think of it. I was like, I think I remember, and I did, and I screenshotted. There's some detailers that are starting to do marketing, like you're saying, where this was sponsored for me to follow.
Okay.
Right? I think there was 2 of them sponsored. So caffeine Corvette protected with blank are 1 to 3 year ceramic coating.
Okay.
Oh, that's It's quite a window, 1 to 3 years.
That's a crazy window.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, it's pictures, multi-pictures was fine. Everything was fine. I mean, it wasn't to dog them, really. It wasn't to go at them, but it was just more of, what does this say to somebody? To your point, like you said, here's another ceramic coated car, right? Like, okay, there's a lot they could have said about this car. Like, all they said was caffeine Corvette protected with our, this coating that they, are 1 to 3. Like, huh?
Yeah.
You missed a lot of story there. You missed a lot. Like,
Huge
you missed a
amount.
lot. You could have talked about Corvette guy or made fun. I mean, you could have done a lot of things.
Yeah.
There was another.
Okay, yeah. Promo.
Right, so promo price, they feel the need to put out the brands that they use. Triple service package promo, ceramic coating, undercoating, and tint. It's like, okay, but what are you telling me here?
Yeah, what are you
Hey, I
doing?
mean, like, okay, so you got some people wiping, you're showing that you do work, and the people that you work with, and you got a promo. Cool. Next.
Yeah.
I mean,
What else? Yeah.
what was there to get me to? You only have to be wanting all 3 of
All
those.
3 of those at the same time to be like perfect.
So I know you got clarity to go over.
Yeah.
And I'll let you do clarity. But I guess since I was talking about this, so let me go into that thing I sent you, and I'll kind of
100%.
do
All of
my
this
little
falls
part, then
into
you
the
go on
same-
and do your clarity part, because why are we dog? Not why are we? Well, it's a dog. I mean, why are we picking on these guys, right? Why are we? Because there's so many that will go put out on social. I think you even said felt like they did something.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the best feelings that you'll ever have in life is satisfaction. The feeling of satisfaction is wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling. I love to feel satisfied. And many people feel that when they just type up, right? Like, Corvette got protected with this, R1 to 3. Click. Satisfied.
Yay. Yeah, it's satisfied.
But did I just waste how much time? Because does that really generate anything? Does it generate? Does it? And I know some of you listening be like, I've got this customer, this one. I'm not it's just asking the question. You want to defend your stance, defend it. I don't care. But you still got to ask yourself the question about how much more time you're spending for all the other customers. Where are they from, right? So this guy was in one of the Facebook groups that we love to go to and find very interesting posts. So this guy, his name, it doesn't matter. Business has slowed down extremely here in Minnesota. Not just for me, but surrounding shops. That's fair. Fair statement to be making into a post. I still don't see why people go into Facebook groups and waste their time like this.
Post that? Yeah.
But that's here, there.
What's happening? Yeah.
We've said that enough.
Yeah.
Is the reason your business is slow? Is it because of the time that you're spending? Right? And then I bet you if we went to his post, not only the time he's spending in these groups, but what do his posts actually look like on his social media?
Page, yeah.
And then what else is he doing, right? Because there's a guy that's just here, he's going, hey, it's slow. It's slow. Sean, I think we've talked about this 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, a month ago. There's this journey that always happens during lower economic times. And as people keep saying, the downward turn of the economy, and we given this analogy of every, I don't know, if some do it every year, I guess. Some do it more on a different calendar basis. I don't know. But wildebeest will take this journey from one side of, I guess, Africa over to the other side, right? They always have a migration. There's so many people have a migration, and we have an analogy of this period of an economic downturn is a migration period for us, because during the migration, you got to cross some rivers.
Oh yeah.
And if you've been through it before, you know
friendly.
which way to go.
Yeah, it's true.
So I sent you a video, and this was, I think it's like Kungur. There's a couple like national parks in Africa that put out, and that's who I follow. I put out stuff that they show, and this was a video I sent to you of this wildebeest going, and this, I mean, that thing had to be what, like 20 something feet. I mean, the size of this guy was huge. These crocs just grabbing his face and like rip like. And then the other wildebeest trying to jump up and get out of the way, but it was slippery and they were falling back. You know, you just go, there's so much chaos going on, right?
Yeah.
Let's continue on with this guy's post, and we'll go into the chaos that is happening that we predicted. Who are some reputable lead generating companies who work in the Minneapolis area?
Oh boy.
Sean, if you're a lead generation company, what is your favorite time?
Ooh, economic downturn. And
Oh,
definitely
the
when
time.
someone posts something like that.
Yeah, and the time that you get a phone call and they go, "Hey, I'm not doing well. I need your help." Well,
Fantastic.
we got the thing just for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm salivating. Are you kidding?
Right?
Jesus.
I mean, this is the exact post and the exact analogy. Everything lines up, and I sent it to you, and I go, listen, they coincide together. These two, this crocodile eating this wildebeest, and this guy is the wildebeest. Yep. He's on his journey, and he's going through going, hey, which way do I go? Do I reach out to these guys because they have a marketing company, and I could tell them I don't know how to market. I've never done any marketing. I don't know anything about it, but I got money I want to give you to market.
Yeah. And I'm really slow, and I need help. So even if you make that phone ring once or twice, they're happy.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, imagine,
God.
there's no sell me a pin. You know, that guy was trying to give me a pin. I wish he would have gone sell me a pin, right?
Yeah.
That could have been a great entry line into, you know, a movie. We can all go to Wolf on Wall Street on that, right? So something, right? Imagine getting a phone call and not even having to sell anything. You just have people going, "Hey, I need help. I need," and you go, "Oh, we got this plan. We'll get you on the top of Google."
Yep. We got the solution. Everything you
You need 6 months, and we'll get you to the top of Google. How much that costs? Don't worry about it, man. It'll get you there.
Yeah.
It'll get you there. Don't worry.
It's so crazy.
Crocs are just eating. They're just eating. They're just.
Yeah. This is their time. There's blood on the streets, and that's and when you post something like that, my God, of course you're gonna start getting the sent you a DM. You know, that's what you'll start seeing a lot of those messages. They're coming because they smell blood. You just put it out there. And I would argue strongly that that's not the time. Like there isn't really a good time to post that per se. But what I'm saying is that
That post comes to a mindset. His mindset is one way, so it's not just the post. You know, he's this way. I was saying, like, imagine getting that phone call because he's gonna talk like that.
Yeah.
He's gonna sound needy and desperate.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say, "Hey, man, how many people do you need?
Yeah.
How many do you want me to put?" Right? We're all getting our best friend, spam calls us, but then we also get those spam messages, right? You get those ones about, "Hey, I got 10 people, well, maybe 12 that need a ceramic coating."
Yeah, it's true. It's you know what? On that note, a funny one that happens with OrbisX actually, weekly, several times a week. There's these guys. They're like merchant brokers, right? So you have these merchant processors, like Clover, Stripe, Square, and there's hundreds of them. Elevon, you name it. Well, there's brokers that resell their services, right? We get messages from them all the time, and it's always the same type of message. "Hey, one of my clients is interested in using your software. Do you have a few minutes to talk?" Right? And they're just waiting for some software provider that needs customers to be like, "Oh my God, do I ever? Please call me." And then they're like, perfect. Yeah, all we got to do is just get our system integrated in yours, and then da-da-da-da. And then they don't actually have someone that wants to use your services. They're just hoping that you can now start selling their service to your existing members. Yeah, we get messages like that all the time. And so you got to think, sales guys are out there. They're selling. And if you're coming gift wrapped on a platter and you're just like, all you got to do is just show up with your knife and fork. Well, my friend, you're about to be eaten. That's what's about to happen. And that's all that posts like that say to me. And it shows me the mindset that even if they stumbled upon a reputable company, I still don't even think it's going to change their business at all. Because I think that even that type of mentality, that type of person getting an extra 20, 30, 50 leads, their sales process is probably atrocious. Their follow through, their results, everything, they're fighting a losing battle in a way, because they're just going to have to keep paying out a marketing company because they can't do any of it themselves, and their sales process is definitely shit. Like,
and it'll just be marketing, right? It won't be sales. To your point,
yeah. It's
marketing company. Send me leads. Were you a good salesman?
Yeah. Well, why do I have to be a good salesman? Aren't they? Aren't these going to be people that are just ready to buy, and they're just like, Jesus Christ, it's great.
It's September, and you're in Minnesota, and you're slow. Makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
you're not going to be good at sales. What are you going to give all your one on? Anyway, it was analogy. It was perfect analogy, because it was like, guys, if you're slow now's not the time to go pay somebody. Don't pay somebody for marketing. They are going to eat you alive.
100%.
Go figure it out. Figure
100%.
it out. Find a story. Find a plan, like we talked about. There's some way to talk to your people. Don't go pay. This is not the time to do that. It's not.
Absolutely. And because even us, so to my clarity point, I've been getting a lot of clarity lately, because we've been feeling that the marketing that we were doing was great. And one of the problems with like a certain mindset that you end up falling into is when something's working, sometimes you don't think you have to change it. Because it's like, oh, it was working before, and so on and so forth. And a lot of the marketing that we've done traditionally has been sort of, I don't know how to classify it, like niche. It's a little different. We're off the beaten path kind of thing. We take different approaches. But one of the downsides there is that it works really well and it's super effective, but then eventually you can't run the same thing. It's like showing a magic trick to the same audience 15 times. Eventually they're going to figure out the trick. It loses its, it doesn't glitter anymore. So you have to keep innovating, keep changing it. And my business partner, he's of the belief that you just keep running the same thing. We're going to keep getting the same results. And I keep explaining, no. This is why we have these meetings, and we got to, change this and tweak that and so on and so forth. And he keeps coming back to, no, just brochure style. Just lay out, we're going to do this, and this, and this is the price. And I'm like, okay, that works great if we're selling to a dealership, for example, because they're just looking for, okay, I got this much volume I'm going to bring you each month. We want to do net 45, and I just need to know that the cars are going to be done this day. They're going to be back on our lot, ready to sell. Like, that's their language. When we're talking to the soccer mom, or we're talking to Construction Joe, when we're talking to these guys, it's got to be something different. And so I said, all right, so let's put it to the test, because he's big on, if he sees something's not working and he sees something else is, then he's very much convinced. But when it's just all theory and we're just sitting in the office talking about it, it's like, no. I know best. I've been doing this a long time. And I'm like, okay, sure. So anyway, we tried his brochure style marketing, and obviously yielded not so great results. So I said, that's fine. But what we did this time is we put up our own money. So I said, listen, instead of us taking it from Auto World and using it out of our business expenses, put your money where your mouth is. So he put $1,000 down, I put $1,000 down, and I said, let's see what we can do. And anyway, he basically just threw away $1,000 to Mark Zuckerberg. That's literally what happened with his side. And I knew it was going to happen. My side spent considerably less.
How fast?
Oh, on his side? It was drained out within a week. Gone in a week. 7 days. Gone.
Some people, so I'll just keep saying it because I got to make sure people understand it. There's the analogy of the crocodile eating the... Guys, $1,000 gone in a week. Some people are done.
Yeah,
some people are like, listen, I got $200 I can spend. I ain't going to do dick.
It's not going to do
This guy just wasted $1,000 in a week.
gone. Not even a week. It was 5 days. Like, it wasn't even 7. 5 days gone. And there were a little bit of results. I can't say it was nil, but
Sure. Yeah.
3 bookings. Put it that way. 3
Okay.
bookings, $1,000 gone. Okay. Now, is that sustainable for most of these detailers? No. You know what I'm saying? So in comparison, I spent $280. $280. I got some stuff printed, and I built a landing page and had it go that way. That's all I did. Offline marketing. And you know what I did? I put in each of the cup holders a riddle. They came in, existing customers, they got their car detailed, and there was a riddle. Now, the riddle, if they could figure it out, they got a prize, but they had to have a friend phone our shop. Your friend has to call in with the answer. That was it. That was it. So now we're talking to their friend. So we're like, oh yeah, your buddy was just in. Let me pull up his service. Oh yeah, he just got this done. He got this done. Da 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 da. We're talking to them, and yep, you did get the right answer. So we have a gift card for you. It's worth $50. All you got to do is come pick it up. So the friend comes, picks up the gift card. I'm telling you, Marshall, it seems so stupid. I went to Luna and I said, hey, I need about 40 to 60 different riddles. She made me a bunch of riddles. I printed them out. That was it. That was it. It was something so stupid. But dealing with our existing customers, I knew, okay, let's boost up referrals. That's going to be number 1. So we already have clients. If I didn't have clients, I would take a different approach. I would go out there in the city and I would be doing something else. But we have clients. A guy like this, he makes that post. He obviously has clients or had clients at some point. Work your list, man. So for me, I was like, we need some stupid idea. It's these stupid little things that just seem to, I don't know why they work, but these little like gimmicky type things, they work. And so we came up with cool stuff like that. Now the next thing, we were doing drip campaigns, and he wanted the same thing. He's like, oh, we should just tell them about, like, you know, car care tips. It's like, oh my God. If we send one more fucking email about car care tips, like how to prep your wiper blades for winter, like I can't. I just can't do it anymore. Okay.
Do you want to share how many? Are you done yet, or with the challenge, or no? He got 3. How many did you get?
Oh, me? Off that one? We got 300 people that came in to collect. 300. Okay? It was like 304, 305, something like that. I'll have to ask Joe exactly what the current tally is. But of those, we got over 100 bookings. So it was like, it was amazing, to say the least. But it makes sense. But you got to think, though, we printed a ton of those things. Every job that came in, 25, 30 cars a day, 6 days a week, putting them in the cup holder, people calling in. People love that kind of shit, though. They just love it. And they knew they were getting a free thing at the end. I'm sure half of them used ChatGPT to figure out the answer. I didn't care. This isn't like one of those, like, you have to answer a skill testing question and we hope you don't get it right.
Do you have any of them? Do you have any of them written down?
Yeah, I have a list of them. Yeah. Dude, the best one, in my opinion, should I throw it out and then see if someone
Yeah,
gets
that's what
it?
I was trying to do.
Then we'll give away a prize or something? I don't know.
Oh, sure. I wasn't going there.
Yeah,
I was just
Why not?
curious of what they were like.
Oh, fair. So one of them, this one's a good one. Okay, so I'll try and remember it exactly. Poor people have it. Rich people don't. It's greater than God. And if you eat it, you'll die.
Yeah, I've heard this one. Yeah, fuck.
So poor people have it. Rich people don't. It's greater than God. And if you eat it, you'll die.
Yeah, I've heard it. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
What's the
answer is nothing. Poor people have it. Rich people don't. It's greater than God. And if you eat it, you'll die. Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So, now, mind you, the trick is we use the same ones on multiple, obviously, because why not, you know? But anyway, I had a whole list. I can share the list, too, if anyone wants to try this. It worked exceptionally well.
I think you should. I think you should. Share it out there, yeah.
Absolutely. The other thing that we've done before that was similar to this, and this is kind of where I got the idea, was it was during Easter, and we cleaned their cars, and then we started hiding Easter eggs inside their car. And then we told them whatever the number was. So if we put 4 Easter eggs in that car, we were like, there's 4 eggs hidden throughout your vehicle. And then they were going through. But there's a trick to this. If you do this, make sure you didn't forget to clean any area of the fucking car, because they're now looking through everything. So just a little disclaimer, And the reason I bring that up is we had a new guy that was starting with us back when we ran that in Easter, and he forgot the trunk. The fucking trunk. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, it does happen. But when you're having someone go through for an Easter egg hunt, come on, man. So,
Oops.
but oops. But you know what? It's all good. They came back in. We got it fixed up. But yeah, things like that. The Easter egg hunt is something engaging, interactive with the customer, and it's less professional in a way. It kind of just removes that whole veil. That's what I like. The reason we're redoing all our marketing now and redoing the website is that same thing I mentioned last episode or a few episodes back, is that everything just reads like a brochure. Everything's just too professional. It's too corporate. It's too. It speaks to other detailers, but it definitely speaks to our industry for sure. But it doesn't speak to the customer. And so I was like, no. We need to, like, who are we talking to here? Well, we're talking to our customers. So that's how we have to talk to them. That's the kind of stuff we got to do with them. So the next one that we have geared up, we're going to be doing something with different sightseeing places within the city. And it's going to be kind of like guess this place or something like that. So pictures of an area, and then they have to guess where that is in the city. So kind of little interactive. It's the gamification of the customer journey, basically. But on that note, our new, what do you call them? Our new like drip-fed campaigns that we're sending to our customers, we switch gears. So I convinced Nick, I said, no more of this, the car care tip stuff. I said, man, I've been following a lot lately of the marketing I've been getting. And a big one was that company that I showed you. I bought that Yarbo, the yard cleaning thing. I'm super excited to try that out. I finally got it all hooked up, the GPS signal, everything. I got it mounted to my roof. It's going to do my snow removal and my lawn cutting for me. It drives itself to the charging station, charges itself up. Just phenomenal.
Like Roomba, but for the outside, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's yeah. Oh, so excited for it, and it's got artificial intelligence built in. It's just amazing. But yeah, it learns your yard. It has, I think, 8 or 12 cameras in it, so it's got eyes that it can see, and the cameras are kind of cool. It's not just like one camera for the eyes; it's two. Each one, it operates like a human brain as well, where they process information independently, and that helps it gauge distance really well. So that's why, like, if you cover one of your eyes and you try and like reach a glass or something, you might miss it, you might knock it off the table. Versus if you have both of your eyes, it helps with depth perception. You know, so it's anyway, very cool technology, very cool machine. My yard guy, when he came, because he was doing the aeration, and he saw it in the yard, and he was like, "What's that thing?" I was like, "Hey, listen, man, I gotta tell you,
that's your competition.
It's your competition, exactly. And this thing's about to work 24 hours a day." It pays attention to the weather signals, so it knows if it's snowing, it knows if it's raining, it knows what the forecast is for the next 7 days. So it's going to go out and cut the lawn when it makes sense. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, man, but next year we actually don't need your services. And he was like, oh, I can still do the aeration, right? I said, for now, Yarbo is working on an attachment that goes to the back, and it does seeding and aeration. So I was like, we'll see. I don't know. They're supposed to have it ready March 2026, so I don't know. Maybe? Like, we'll see. That's the future, man. Robots are, yeah. So, but back to that. Yarbo's emails are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I started looking at them and saying, you know, we really should revamp our business like this. And they were sending a lot of customer stories, which was good. That stuff's great. Tells about the company. And what they were doing is just paying customers. They said, we'll send you a discount. We'll give you a rebate if you post a real video, if and only if you enjoyed it. And if you don't enjoy it, message us and we'll still give you a rebate back because you weren't 100% satisfied. But we are looking to basically pay people to send us videos, but they have to be honest, you know? So I was like, that's cool. But the other part of it was they were just playing jokes. And so they would send emails that were kind of just jokey emails, like, jokes about yard care, jokes about saving time. Some of the jokes weren't even related to like the Yarbo or what it does or anything like that. It was just stuff. So I started thinking, and I was like, you know, I bet you if we separate our list, because we can do that in OrbisX, and we can target just males and just females, and if we take the males, for example, and for October and November, we start targeting them with dad jokes. And then through that process, every other couple emails, we also include something about, you know, like something we did for a customer or a cool car or something. So we did just that. So we included the thing about the riddles, but then we also had just information about, you know, just dad jokes as well as some car care to satisfy Nick in the beginning. Now it's just dad jokes that they're getting. Every couple days they get a dad joke. And in between time, we prep them for the next thing. So the next thing, as I mentioned, we're doing the postcards where it's going to be a picture of different landmarks throughout the city, but not common ones that everybody knows, but like maybe there's a park, for example, that not many people go to, or there's a statue in that park that maybe they hadn't seen. We'll take a picture of that, and it'll be like, where is this in the city? If you guess this right, your next detail's on us, stuff like that. So we're going to run some things, but we're kind of dropping those seeds in these campaigns for them, and we're trying to get away from the brochure style sounding car care tips, how to prep for winter, what happens with salt in your car, all that kind of shit. We gotta get away from that. They're getting that from all kinds of sources. It's also that's information from like the 90s, early 2000s. It's tired.
Like
it's
data is the wrong word. It's not data because it's not. It's actually not data.
Yeah.
But it's like it's too much of the same. I guess. I guess is why I thought of data. Like it's just too blue. It's too black. Like it's too blue. Like
yeah. It's the same information. You're beating the same drum. It's just like, and there's no differentiation there. There's also zero excitement, to be honest. Yeah. Like nobody gets jazzed up,
right? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck, man. It's like, wow, winter car care tips. Like, fuck, ooh, I'm excited. It's just, it's like, it's more of the same. It's the same bullshit, and that's where thinking outside the box and thinking about stuff. So, like, we have some comedians that are coming to town. Sending out information about those kind of events is great as well because it's things people look into. And then we're gonna have a lot of fun too with the hockey playoffs and stuff like that. But it's really just thinking outside the box. That's the clarity I've been having.
And I think if people need if they need some ideas, I would suggest they go follow and they don't have to follow, but at least go watch. But whatever you want to do, some realtors in your area.
Yeah.
I have a couple here that I just see, right? I go search Tulsa State Fair, and what do you know? They got YouTube videos of trying fair food. Of course. Great idea.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's what to expect when you go to such and such. Perfect. Yeah. There was no detailers. Yeah. It was only realtors. Jeez. And you go, huh.
Yeah. Those guys are usually good. Like the good ones are usually really good at putting themselves out there, And you know what they realize? Their target market is just pretty much everybody.
That's everybody.
And that's where
going on in the city. Industry. I think that would be fine to do. We started one of the podcasts I did when podcasting was so huge was a local one that we called the Tulsa Scene. Right when it was when podcasting was launching, like 17, 18, like when that, like everyone's like, now it's like everybody has a podcast, so you don't need to have a podcast, right? Like
my dentist has a podcast.
Yeah,
it's like Jesus Christ.
Everybody does, but it was Tulsa Scene, and it allowed different businesses to come on and talk about, had a couple mothers that they talked about motherly things that were going on this week. There was the the event guy. There was the different stuff. It was different things that were happening throughout the week in Tulsa. It wasn't long and drawn out. It was just quick and easy. That's still something that can be done. I think you could do that on social pretty easy, is tell some stories about what's going on for the week. Anything you can do other than the same thing you've been doing over and over and hasn't generated any results. Like, okay, let's come up with something new. Let's think for a second. What can I do if I'm walking through the city, or if I'm living in the city? What do people want to know about this city? And then how do I put something out that, and then of course you tie in your car stuff too, but something to draw people in, right? It doesn't matter if you're at the expo 100%. Sitting there or if you're online sitting there just putting out the same thing. You're wasting your time. Yeah.
100%. I agree. I love that, the mother's aspect too. The thing I love about advertising to like moms is that you instantly capture anyone that, because they always have someone that cares about them. You know what I mean? Like it's either their kids, or it's their husband, or it's their sister, whatever it is. But I love that type of marketing because it really plays on the emotion side, and people want to take care of them. But
so I think the challenge that all of us even going to have when we listen to what you have to say, which I hope people will go do what you just said. I really do. It makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I think people doubt, right? I can't do that. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how I can do that. I mean, that sounds really great, but I don't think I can do like how many,
Can.
huh? How many listeners
Yeah.
dequalify themselves split second?
Yeah. Jeez, it's true. It's self-doubt, and I think we've been kind of shown things that didn't work for so long. Like a lot of these guys have tried, Facebook, and they just try it. I just click the default options, and I just do this, and I was told to put up a nice picture, so I went to AI and told it to make me a nice picture, and this and that. It didn't work. Oh, I was told do SEO. I tried it for a couple months, didn't work. Oh, I tried this. You mix that with the fact that most entrepreneurs already don't believe in themselves oftentimes, you know what I mean? And some of them should just maybe take a job because maybe this isn't for you. If you don't want to do the marketing side of things, that's where, and we had a member recently, she was on again, off again, on again, off again, and then finally she said, I'm going to throw in the towel. And I was like, yeah, good for you. And she said, yeah, I took a job. I'm doing paint correction for a shop, and this and
Good
that. I
job.
said, that's probably the best thing that ever happened to you. And she said, honestly, it is. She said, less headaches. That was what she wrote back, and I said, good for you. I'm proud of you. I think she thought I was gonna be kind of like, oh no, come on,
We
don't
never
give
are.
up,
We
But
really appreciate the people that go ahead and do what they're supposed to do.
yeah, 100%. Because I remember looking back, and I remember when she had asked for some advice before, like she got in some arguments with people over 1-star reviews online, and she did great work. She had a lot of good reviews, but I remember seeing stuff like that and being like, man, if you got time to argue with someone over some people, you just, no matter what you do, you're not going to make them happy, so you just post something online for public perception, like, hey, listen, if you have an issue, head on into the shop. We'd love to make it right. Give us a call, send us an email. Here's how to reach us. We're here for you. Here's a $50 gift card. We'll see you soon, and just leave it there. Don't get into an argument with them, but some people, it starts to get at you when you take the business that personal. So me, I was proud of her. I was like, hey, good for you, man. This isn't for everybody. This is not for everybody, but if you feel it is for you, take a look at the marketing you're doing. And are you one of those people that's going and posting in the group saying, shit, man, I've never seen a time as slow as this. Is anyone else experiencing this? Like, I don't know what answer you're hoping for there that's going to tell you it's okay. I'm sorry, but, I get it. We're a community and we're all there for each other. But, it's different if you're like, hey, guys, I feel like I've tried a lot of stuff and I'm sure I have a lot to learn here. What's been working lately for you guys? Because I've kind of hit a brick wall marketing wise. Something like that. I would understand that kind of a post more than, hey guys, anyone else slow? You know any companies that can just fix this with a magic bullet? Like, Jesus, man. Come on, tell me you're not trying without telling me you're not trying. It's and then now get ready to be the feast of every marketing guy out there. That's, brutal. But yeah, I think if you're listening to this and you're not sure if you can, 100%. Listen, man, I'm telling you about some of my success ideas right now. I could tell you all day long about a lot of ideas I've tried that didn't work out so well. 100%. Not every idea I have generates great results, but it's just, I keep going, I keep trying different things, and then the ones that do. But the thing is, I'll never just try one thing at one time and then be like, well, that didn't work. No, I've got my hands in like 50 different campaigns at any given time, because this one might work, this one might work in August, this one only works in the spring, like who knows, it varies. So guys, you can do it, absolutely. Give it a go, try some stuff. I'll post a list of the riddles if you guys want them, even if you just want to try and guess them yourself, that'd be fun. But like I said, we're doing the postcards as well, different landmarks throughout the city. There's a lot of ideas like that, and some of them I come up with on my own, and some of them I come up with by talking with AI. Like, it's the tools are there, you can use them. Sometimes if I hit a brick wall creativity wise, I turn to AI and I'm like, hey, because AI doesn't sleep, so I'm like, hey Luna, well, what ideas you got for me, man? Here's the kind of stuff we've done before. She learns and she says, oh, okay, I remember you did this campaign, that campaign. Maybe if you mix the two together, you do this or do that. You never know. And sometimes I ask an idea and then all of a sudden, boom, the creative juices come back to me after hearing something Luna said. So the tools are there. Just try some stuff, and not everything has to cost you a fortune. That's for sure. Like, it just really doesn't, So, yeah, anyway. Hang in there, guys. Keep crushing it. careful for those damn alligators. We keep telling you week after week because it's important. So follow the path of migration. We're going the right direction. And Marshall, as always, appreciate your time. Guys, check out HyperClean. I'm sure there's going to be some spooky specials coming up soon. I had to, because I know everybody goes that route. They're all like the Halloween specials, the Halloween promo. Oh man, but
I'll be leaving now. Thank you. See you.
yeah, fair. But on that note, I am excited to see some new stuff. I know you've been in the lab, so I am excited to hear about some new updates and stuff. But yeah, anyways, we'll keep you posted with updates on our end as well. See you guys next week. Appreciate you as always. Talk soon. See ya.